As we mentioned, February is Black History Month, and the Black Experience team, including our very own Kayla, has put together an incredible collection of movies and more to celebrate this important moment. Kayla, can you tell us more about it?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. So this past Tuesday, we kicked off our Black History Month campaign, and I couldn't be more excited. The theme this year is very close to my heart. It is independent Black film. And we're celebrating Black filmmakers, directors, producers, writers, creators everywhere. There are plenty of indie films that you can watch for free, including but not limited to School Days, Eve's Bayou, Daughters of the Dust, and more. There's a series of networks that will also be making their content available for free throughout the month of February. So this week, you'll see that we have TV One and Clio TV. Those are available to watch for free this week up until February 7th. And stay tuned for the coming weeks because we'll have networks you can watch for free, including Aspire TV, Black and Sexy TV, Revolt, the Africa Channel, and Quelly TV. That will be a series of, free throughout the month. So keep coming back every week to see what you can watch from those networks. For historical context, I created a row of all the different pivotal moments in Black film, broken out by decade and era. So in the early 1900s, you had the race film era. This was the impetus for Black independent filmmaking, and came as a response to the misrepresentation of Black people and Black culture in Hollywood, mainstream Hollywood. In the mid-1950s, the Black film movement came to a halt due to, ironically, integration and more Black people being cast into those mainstream films. And that led us into the Civil Rights era, where we saw a rise of documentary filmmakers. In the 70s, we saw the Black Power and Blaxploitation era. This was also a time of the LA Rebellion film movement, whose chief ambition was to rewrite standard cinematic language in order to represent their own vision of Black people and culture. Then enter in the 90s, Spike Lee's feature debut, She's Gotta Have It, which was huge and became the driving force behind what would become the new Black wave during the 90s and early 2000s. And that brings us into today's world, where cinema is moving into a more digital realm, creating more opportunities for independent Black storytelling. I also put together a collection of essential films that you have to watch if you don't watch anything else, like Moonlight, Get Out, Fruitvale Station, and more. You can browse indie films by genre. So drama, comedy, romance, horror, that one's for you, Scott, documentary, and Nollywood Nigerian films. You can also browse by Black-owned film studio, like Will Packer Productions, Monkey Paw Productions, which is Jordan Peele's company, Tyler Perry Studios, and more. There's just so much to explore in this collection, and I can't wait for everybody to see it. I'm really proud of it, as you guys can see, and all you have to do is say Black History Month into your X1 voice remote and celebrate the power and significance of independent Black storytelling.
There is so much to love here, and we're going to dive a little deeper into some of these sections later in the show, so I don't want to spoil anything there. But I am loving that free indie films row, because some of the, as you know, Kayla, like some of the best stories being told by Black filmmakers are being told in the independent film realm right now. I mean, that's really, really amazing stories. And one of them that you have included is Tangerine, which is one of my favorite movies of the last several years. It was all, it's a miracle of filmmaking. It's all shot on an iPhone, the whole thing. And it's about a transgender sex worker who discovers that I think her pimp boyfriend cheated on her, and she's like hunting him down all over Hollywood. And it's funny and clever and beautifully shot, and they spend a lot of time in this donut shop that I actually tracked down last time I was out in LA because I had to see the donut shop where Tangerine was shot. I was just like so obsessed with this movie. So highly recommend it.
Yes.
How were the donuts?
Oh, I just looked at it. I didn't go into the
you didn't go.
I should have. I just wanted to look at the
Who hunts
outside of
down a
it.
donut shop, doesn't get a donut?
It didn't even occur to me. For some reason, all I think about is food. I don't know why I didn't think to eat the donuts. I was like, I'm just gonna take a photo of it. I also, Kayla, I also thought it was really cool the rows that you have that break out content from Black-owned film studios and Black-owned networks that are on
Mhm.
our platforms. And like, I don't mean to like put you on the spot because I didn't ask you about this, but like, could you tell us more about those networks and studios? Because it's so cool to see like
Yeah.
Tyler Perry and Ava DuVernay and all
Mhm.
represented.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny because as I was researching, I hadn't realized there were so many, and a lot that started off super small and then like they're huge. Like Tyler Perry Studios is huge now, but it wasn't always that way. And I love highlighting those movies because you probably saw Monkey Paw Productions but didn't quite know it was Jordan Peele, or 40 Acres and a Mule, but you didn't know that was Spike Lee's, studio. So there are a lot of films that you can discover there, and I'm glad that they're all in one place. Same goes for our networks. A lot of people have not heard of Quelly TV. They haven't heard of Afro. So to go in there and see all those indie films and Nollywood Nigerian films and things like that, it's pretty amazing. I discovered a lot creating the collection, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, well, as Kayla said, check out the Black History Month collection and so much more by saying Black History Month into your remote.